Ben Harrington with Princeton's first serve. He's the nation's leader in service aces per set at exactly 1 on average. But it's a quick side out by Pepperdine. And that was one area that the Gauchos struggled on Wednesday against Princeton. It's going to be a big challenge for Pepperdine against this great Princeton service. First point, though, looked good. Off the wave serve. Attack from Jamison Vaccaro as Princeton having their same 7-man rotation to start today that they had for almost the entirety of Wednesday's match. As a violation against Pepperdine gives Princeton the point. The standout in that one was the freshman Jamison Vaccaro. He had his best game yet, and good to see now that he's settling in at home in his first year that he's really starting to step it up.
Yeah, I think the first set of last game, he was a little bit nervous as a freshman can be, but I think once he got into a rhythm, he was almost unstoppable.
Yeah, he had errorless sets in both the second and third. Finished with 13 kills, looks for 1 here. Good resistance at the net. Return on the deep ball is good from Pepperdine to tie it up at 2. And there you see the team's leading in Cole Kachansky. 4 years with the UCLA Bruins, and he played in the national championship victory last year for UCLA. Playing his graduate season a little bit up north in Southern California, at least relative to Los Angeles up in Malibu. Another point for Pepperdine, and let's make it a 3-2 lead for the Waves. Pepperdine 6-1 this season. Princeton 5-3. The lone loss for Pepperdine was their last match against top-ranked Long Beach State. At the time, it was a battle of the unbeatens as Omene has his second kill, and we're tied at 3. It was Princeton dispatching 12th-ranked Santa Barbara on Wednesday. But they're comfortable now in terms of ranked foes faced. Previous weekend, they had 2 against BYU as a serve just a bit too heavy from Omene gives the point to Pepperdine. Tigers actually had more kills than the Bruins in those 2 matchups, or the Cougars, I should say, in those 2 matchups, but fell in straight sets. Both matches were tight straight sets. Martin de Chavarria with the serve. That's a bit too heavy. And now tied up at 4. Mercai gets his reunion matchup. De Chavarria will not get his. He'll be up in Teaneck tomorrow, not in Newark, where Princeton will have a matchup later this year against NJIT. Home and home. And the EIVA matchups this year. Great deflection by Ryan Vina up the middle. But Pepperdine still comes through with the kill. Back and forth we go, 5-4, and I think both teams off to a good, sharp start in terms of their attack. Akinwumi with the serve for Pepperdine. Part of the starting 7 for the Waves. Great job by Ben Harrington. He just found the campfire in the middle to get the point.
Super smart shot. I mean, his approach, you couldn't tell that he was going in for the tip, and having that soft touch at the very last second was able to get him that open spot.
Vina will have the serve. Ryan Vina, the middle blocker from Manhattan Beach, California. Solid serve. Akinwumi with the return. Oh man, he couldn't get the hands up in time to defend. It's a kill for the Waves to make it 6-5. Akinwumi, the graduate student from Rancho Palos Verdes, among the good mix of attackers behind the Kachansky lead. He's averaging about a kill and a half per set. But on the next serve, it's into the net. An error against Pepperdine will tie up this match to 6 apiece with Henry Wedbush, the Princeton setter, to serve. He had a good day on Wednesday. Got his first double-double of the season. 42 assists and 12 digs in the 4 sets of play. A little bit off speed on the serve, but a quick side out by Pepperdine. And so far, I think that's been the biggest asset for Pepperdine is how well their first pass is off the stellar Princeton serve. Only 13 points in, and we've already completed 1 rotation of service as Anderson Fuller will serve for Pepperdine. Harrington is going to get whistled for the net violation. Sam Schweisky getting clarification on what precipitated the net violation. And so we'll move on with now an 8-6 Pepperdine lead. Not sure all parties were on the same page on that call. Omeni, though, great job with the kill. He's already up to 3. And it looks like the way this first set's going, it's going to be whoever can get the run on the serve, that's going to put the team ahead.
Yeah, so far it's just been going back and forth. I think the longest run we've had is maybe 2-0. So
Harrington, though, he's obviously leading the nation in service aces. He has one right there, right on cue. Sometimes there's the broadcaster's jinx, and sometimes there's the broadcaster's, I don't know if I'm going to call it premonition, but there's an ace for Harrington. Going to say, though, even beyond the aces, he is one of the best in the nation just because sometimes that first pass puts the team out of system. That's a great first pass by Pepperdine, though. Princeton enough resistance at the net. A rally will have to start. Great job on the back line by the Waves. And the hit by Pepperdine into the net to give Princeton the point. But a shout out to Trey Cole with that dig previous to the hit. He leads the nation in digs per set at 2.86, and part of the reason why this Pepperdine defense has forced their opponents to a Division I worst percentage. Harrington with the service error, and so after a 3-point run by Princeton, it's tied up at 9, and that was the longest run by either team so far early in this match. Off the Pepperdine serve, it gets over, easily cleaned up by Pepperdine. A little bit too heavy on the touch by Vaccaro, trying to get it to Henry Wedbush. 10-9, Pepperdine leads. Vladimir Kuber serves for Pepperdine, and that will lead to a service error. Tied at 10, Gavin Leising will have the serve. Leising floats it over. Cooper setting. And the ball pushed ahead into open space for Pepperdine kill. Eli Haver, the Israeli national team player, with the heads-up kill to give the Waves a 1-point lead. And Haver, excuse me, will have the serve. Tad bit short on the serve, and that will tie us up at 11. Nero Omeni with 3 of the team's 4 kills so far in this match. Solid looking serve, but Cole received it well for Pepperdine and gives De Chavarria the chance to kill up the middle. Well, Princeton's used to seeing the Spaniard after his 4 years at NJIT, where he hit .415 in those 4 years. He's hitting .397 this year. And as we talk about familiar faces, Alex Merkai with his first action back home at Dillon Gym. And we do hear the Princeton bench at its loudest trying to jeer their former teammate, and does so into a service error. So tied at 12. A little bittersweet there for the Princeton faithful, but the match will continue on with Vaccaro having the serve. And again, every point so far has mattered, going back and forth. A great first set. Matt Suh will have to set. And Ben Harrington with the kill. Suh had 4 assists on Wednesday. Gets one there.
And it was nice to see for a change him using his hands instead of his platform. But either way, he gets in the perfect position for his pin hitter so they can get a good attack off of it.
Well, he looked very comfortable out of system on Wednesday. And that's so great to see from a libero to have that versatility. Second effort from Pepperdine that time is good to tie it up at 13. We talk about Deschaveria's efficiency up the middle. First year with Pepperdine, the more senior in terms of Pepperdine experience, Anderson Fuller, he's hitting .524 this season in the middle, and he's well over 400 for his career. So he's a guy where you know they're going to find him. He's going to be dangerous as the first service ace for Pepperdine. Makes it a 14-13 lead as the ace from Tyler Stewart, who did not get the start at setter but is the team's leader in assists per set this season with 8.67. Saw that time with the serve receive. Ryan Vina gets the kill on the feed from Henry Wedbush. 1, 2, 3 on really pristine touches from Princeton.
Yeah, I think if we get the chance to see Princeton running their middles more, we could see maybe a bigger gap in the points.
Both teams have that option from at least 2 different arms. Vina and Lysing for Princeton, and then the aforementioned Fuller and Deschavaria for Pepperdine, as Omene almost gets a 4th kill. Long track for a second touch, but Princeton able to block the attack from Ryan Barnett. 15-14. Omene didn't get the kill there, but he really set up that point because it forced the first 2 touches to be well out of system. All said, Trey Cole, a decent pass, having to set from beyond the back line. Great work on the dig by Vina. Harrington follows it up with the kill, but Vina, the middle blocker, displaying his athleticism on the dig.
Even though it's rare, we love to see it when a middle blocker dives and gets on the floor.
Those are the plays that just show you how amazing volleyball can be. And now Vina will have the serve. Gives a good serve, solid reception by Cole. Return the other way, overhand dig from Vina. Wedbush to Harrington. Harrington tried to find the corner and was unsuccessful. Point Pepperdine. Cole Kachansky will have the serve. So far, every Pepperdine match has been in the state of California until today. First 6 were at home, all wins. Before the loss at Long Beach State, as a service error will put Princeton up by 2. For the Tigers, their second home match, but 6 in a row. Next week, they'll have Lincoln Memorial University and Sacred Heart. And 2 weeks from now, a Friday and Saturday back-to-back against Penn State, the defending conference champs. Preseason number 1 in the EIVA, Princeton the preseason number 2. Pepperdine unable to keep it alive, and the Tigers with the kill. Pepperdine unable really to even get it back close to in play. It'll necessitate a timeout by Pepperdine. It'll give us a chance to take a quick breather. 18-15, the Princeton lead, and back and forth. Thinking of Pepperdine, of course, but 18-15 the score. Now the timeout, Princeton's serve is over. The return falls in, and a side out successful for the Waves. Now within 2 as Anderson Fuller will serve. Pepperdine up to 10th in the nation. They started in the preseason polls 13th. It's been a rather slow climb up as Chavarria, oh, it looked like he hit the net there. But they're going to say it's a kill for Pepperdine. And so 18-17 the score, but we're going to say Pepperdine, they're still looking for their first win against a ranked opponent. And talk about Princeton, if they can get 2 wins this week against ranked foes, that could help them to move up the rankings beyond 16th. But Pepperdine, they start to get those ranked wins, they may pop further up than 10th. 19-17 with the Ben Harrington serve coming up here. He has 1 service ace in this opening set. Solid serve receive. Quick timing for Chavarria into the net. And the Tigers will have the point, up by 3 again. That's the Pepperdine team in the preseason polls in the MPSF ranked 6th, but again, preseason number 13. That just shows you the depth of the conference. They were 5-7 last year in conference action. UCLA, the defending champs, was the preseason number 1 in their conference, but Stanford got the other top vote. 6 of 7 going UCLA's way. Service error that time makes it 20-18. And Vladimir Kuber, the redshirt sophomore, pretty big serve coming up here. 21-18 versus 2019 is quite different, and he floats it too heavy. Point to Princeton with Lysing the serve. Valerie, here's now at this point of the set where you really want to be at your best in serve receive, but one thing that can help you offensively is just getting those serves in play.
Yeah, I think it's a game, you know. It's risk and reward. You go for the hard serve, you might be able to get them out of system or an ace. If you go for an easy, they might just slam it back in your face.
That time the point was earned at the net, and it's Jamison Vaccaro showing the ups. The freshman had a big game Wednesday. He forces a timeout. We'll keep it here. The senior from Newhall, California. At 6'9", the tallest player on the Princeton roster. Good work by Chavarria for a quick touch. Princeton able to defend. Vaccaro still able to get the kill. He wasn't close to the net, but still found the angle on the strike. The Tigers knocking on the door, leading 23-18. Again, Lysing the serve. Lysing floats it over. Bit of miscommunication by the Waves. They still get it over, but works well for Princeton to finish it. Ben Harrington makes it set point Tigers. Running start on the deep ball. And Lysing will look to put away this first set, which was Valerie close for the first about 40 points of the set. Tigers doing their best at the most opportune time of the set. Lysing's serve gets over, and that's a good job. The kill from the left side by Akinwumi to get the side out, and if you're a Pepperdine fan, you're hoping for 5 more in a row. Eli Haver will serve. The 6'2" freshman outside hitter sends it wide. The service error gives Princeton the opening set 25-19. And the Tigers off to a good start at home yet again. We'll step off to a break. Second set action to come up when we return as you're watching the Ivy League on ESPN. Not just in terms of side out, but also the offensive serve. I want to give Princeton too many more free points. Individually speaking, Ben Harrington, 4 kills. hitting .333 so far. Nero Omene, he started out 3 of the team's first 4 kills. That helped him off to a .333 start. Henry Wedbush, 5 assists, 4 digs, and with sometimes him having to have the first touch, Matt Suh helping out with 2 assists, but Ryan Vina, the middle blocker, chipping in with 3 digs. Doing a good job, this Princeton Tigers team, being versatile and staying very much in strong form communication-wise. Tigers will have the opening serve of the second set, and Henry Wedbush will take it. Tigers in black today, the Waves in white. And both with orange numbering and lettering. Pepperdine, quick side out for the first point of set number 2.
And Fuller back to serve.
Anderson Fuller will serve. 2 kills in the opening set for Fuller. Lysing with the quick side out. And for Gavin Lysing, his first kill on his first swing.
And Harrington to serve next for the Tigers.
Harrington will have the serve. Strong serve receive. A little bit off on the second touch, but Princeton able to keep it alive defensively. And Omene's attack, they're going to say hit the pin on the Pepperdine touch. They try to get the block there to Pepperdine, but off the pin, and so 2-1 Princeton leads. Harrington on the serve, another strong reception. And that time, the Chavarria, again, was a little bit off, but he did a great job just adjusting the hand and finding the opening for the kill.
Cooper to serve next.
The product of Palma de Mallorca, Spain. As Kuber will have the serve. He's been, for the most part, the setter tonight for Pepperdine. Lysing another kill. It's been an early theme for Princeton going up the middle.
And Lysing will serve next.
Yeah, I think when you start off a game, setting your middles and getting kills, it really opens things up for the pin hitters to have hopefully one-on-one situations and holes in the block.
And how might that be affected by the rotation? Right now you have De Chavarria up the middle, but Fuller is not in the rotation where you can have kind of a second guy that's really strong at the net, as the kill is good from Pepperdine, but it looks like Princeton, based on this rotation, a little bit more comfortable going up the middle.
And Kaczynski to serve next.
Kaczynski will serve for Pepperdine. What an important addition he's been to this Waves team. In his Bruin career, he was an All-America honorable mention. Meanwhile, another one up the middle. So we're going to keep an eye, at least as the rotation is now defensively for Pepperdine, if Princeton keeps going through their middle hitters as Vina gets the kill. Nero Omene will serve. That's a beautiful serve. It'll be an ace to make it 5-3. Omene, 20 kills overall in the Wednesday victory against UC Santa Barbara. Has spent time with the United States U21 team. Some Pan Am experience, including gold in 2022.
De Chavarria to serve next.
As the service area makes it 5-4, De Chavarria will serve for Pepperdine. Flow over is successful. Harrington tried to get it right through the middle. Good defense by Pepperdine, but Princeton with the block to go up by 2. Tigers carrying a bit of momentum after that late surge, late first set. as Jamison Vaccaro will serve. We're going to see if that block, we won't be able to show the replay, but that block might have been aided not by a hand but a face by Vaccaro. Pepperdine able to come back and get the kill. Well, sometimes you don't have to have just strong fingertips, but a strong chin in the sport. And after the kill for Pepperdine, Akinwumi will serve for the Waves. Good looking serve. Reception is solid as well. Deep ball by Vaccaro. Beautiful 3-touch kill to make it 7-5.
Back to serve.
And the Tigers so far in the 2 home matches this week, they have not shied away from going with those deep balls, particularly Harrington and Vaccaro. Off the Ryan Vina serve. Strong return, but Vaccaro able to dig it out. Cooper up the middle. Fuller had to go soft with it. And Harrington cleans up the rally. 8-5 Princeton.
And Vina to serve again.
Vina will serve yet again. And the Princeton bench chanting Vina. A little more emphasis on the 2 syllables. As he gets a service ace, it's 9-5.
Tigers. And Vina to serve again.
Vina makes it the team's 4th service ace. A team that ranks 3rd in the nation with over 2.5 service aces per set. And not too far from the nation's lead. That time just a bit too direct into the net for a service error. High velocity behind that swing. It'll be a bit of a different look with Cole Rasick to serve. Rasick gets it over. Wedbush looked for the kill. Rasick one-handed dig, lunging to his left, and it's pushed ahead for the Kachansky kill. It's a quality point from Rasick, not just serving, but defensively. And that's just a big sign of how important depth is for both of these teams. A high toss by Rasick, and that time is serve into the net.
Wedbush to serve next for the Tigers.
So to update what you mentioned, Valerie, through 1 set, it's now up to 4 aces, 5 errors by Princeton, still a -1. But now Pepperdine, they have totaled 10 service errors. Overpass by Rasick. Deep ball by Vaccaro into the net. That one just a little bit off in the connection. It gives Pepperdine the point.
Fuller back to the service side.
Not too many unforced errors we've seen by the Tigers. That's just their 4th attacking error this afternoon. And at least one of that coming on a Pepperdine block.
Assist and Omena with a kill.
Omene gets the kill, 11-8 to score.
And Harrington to serve next.
As Ben Harrington will serve, he and Omene lead the match with 5 kills apiece. That sub, by the way, with the last assist. Great serve by Harrington, but a better return.
Net violation.
Oh, wait, no. Net violation against Princeton. So it's not going to count as a kill, but still Pepperdine point. Off the Cooper serve. Vaccaro on the serve receive, looked to return with the kill. That was defended well. Saw overhand dig. Long ranging attempt on the set by Harrington, but that goes wide into the crowd, and that will lead to a point for Pepperdine. So now a chance for the Waves to tie up this second set. Omene, another kill. Able to work that through the block. 12-10, Tigers lead. It's just amazing to see the consistency that Omene has as a striker on the outside. He's hitting with a middles efficiency, but working on the pin.
Yeah, I think when you reach that high, touch that high, and you're that athletic, you can really pick off the high hands of the block. You can really terminate straight to the floor, and so it's really nice to see that from Omene.
Great job on the back line by Harrington to get the dig. Vaccaro, though, blocked away, and Pepperdine within one. That all setting up really with the previous attack, although a great dig rolling basically away by Harrington. That made it pretty easy for Pepperdine to set up the block. And after Harrington had to roll to dig, they will make sure that there's no sweat or condensation on the court. That's cleaned up. Kachansky will serve. Have an opportunity to tie the second set. It's too heavy. Princeton back up by 2. Miro Omene will serve. Kuber looking left side, and the attack is good. Rasic with the kill. And again, he's providing quality points after not seeing action in the first set. Entering the rotation here in the second. Chavarria will serve. Floats it over. Overpass by Princeton, but good resistance at the net by Wedbush. Omene's attack, that's stuffed. Tigers try again. Vaccaro pushing towards the back line. Diving dig by Kachansky, but Princeton sets up the block and earns the point. Again, sometimes even you get a great dig one side, it opens up the lane for that block to set up, and Princeton took advantage.
Yeah, that was a really good, smart shot by Vaccaro, placing it into that corner, giving them a little trouble and making it more predictable where the set was going to be so that Princeton block can go up and stop them.
Return up the middle. Tigers couldn't get their hands up in time. Anderson Fuller with the kill. And again, you consider the hit percentage is kills minus errors over attacks to be over 500 means at the least you're getting a kill on half of every attempt. Deep attempt by Omene's into the net. Oh no, that was actually off of Pepperdine and out, so 15-13. Tigers the first to 15 in this second set, an unofficial checkpoint. And that'll be a good side out from Akinwumi. A 6'5" graduate student having an efficient afternoon so far. He's helping out the visitors to 4 kills. Hitting .375. Rasic on the serve. Overtouched by Suh, cleaned up by Kachansky. And now tied at 15. Well, Pepperdine was getting close a few times, and now they have evened up the score, but still a good distance in this second set to go. Rasic with the ace. That ball just dipped in front of Omene, and Pepperdine has the lead. It'll force a timeout by Sam Schweisky as the Waves are starting to gain the one. Rasic again will serve. Long range for the set by Wedbush. Harrington still made something out of it. High off the hands to tie it up at 16.
Wedbush will serve next.
Henry Wedbush will serve for Princeton. Well, he's up to 13 assists, 5 digs. He's also aided on 3 blocks. Getting it done in all different matters. That one, though, off the mark on the serve. And Pepperdine grabs the lead by 1. Anderson Fuller with the serve. Good work by Suh to pancake out the serve receive. Sets up the kill for Omene. Tied at 17.
Harrington will serve next.
So that's kill number 8. Omene's hitting .583 so far in 12 attempts. He just continues to astound. Harrington, nifty serve. First touch is all the way back. Pushed ahead, Wedbush though, an athletic dig. Suh for Omene, and it leads to the kill. What a job well done. Burst by Wedbush for the dig, and then Suh with another assist.
Harrington will serve again.
When you have a team that's this comfortable out of system, it makes it really tough to get a lot of runs for opposing teams. Harrington, another good serve. Chavarria has to set. Princeton set up the block. Pepperdine, free ball over. Long push by Wedbush, and Vaccaro still gets the kill. And felt it was coming. A timeout called by Pepperdine. We're going to keep it here as we had a recent timeout, but 19-17 over the last 3 points. It looks like now it's Pepperdine who just needs the breather to set things back up. A little reset will help them out because they've been very good for the most part in the set.
Yeah, I think something that's changed between the first and second set is Pepperdine, they're getting more service aces. They're making less errors from the service line. They're giving Princeton a little bit of trouble. So I think that's been a big difference maker. And if they can go back to perfecting their serve, we could have a really close end to our second set.
Pepperdine led by head coach Jonathan Winder. And it's his second year as the lead man for this program, but an up-and-comer in the men's volleyball scene. And what he's been able to do, a former NCAA champion and National Player of the Year. I believe the national championship that was earned was in 2005 when he was the AVCA Newcomer of the Year. Wins over Ohio State and UCLA en route to that national championship. And kind of the one thing that you can feel after as a player, knowing what it takes to win a national championship, to now be the coach, I think it adds a lot of perspective for the players who are now on the court for Pepperdine. Someone who has done it before and within the same program. So the Tigers up by 2. Harrington will serve. Much better on the return, but Princeton still able to dig it out. Omene gets blocked. That time it's set up well defensively by this Pepperdine team that, again, entered today's match with the nation's best opposing hit percentage, but that means opponents are hitting the worst. Solid defensive indicator. Strong rally leads to another Kachansky kill. Pepperdine starting to feel the momentum as they've tied it up at 19. Both timeouts, I think, were very well placed because both teams obviously responded well out of the timeout. First, Princeton, after the Schweisky timeout, grabbed the lead, and Pepperdine now, their timeout, has even the score back up. That'll be an ace. Looked like Princeton thought that would go out of bounds, and they didn't play it, but it's now 20-19 in favor of the Waves, with Joe DeLuzio providing the ace. Gets help from the net. Wedbush, long pass for Omene, but he'll get the kill. Beautiful work by Wedbush on the feed. That's not the easiest ball to track if you're an attacker.
Yeah, especially on the right side. We talked about this last night. Omene's right-handed, and so it's coming over your left shoulder. You really don't have enough time to see the ball and see the block, so that was perfect placement on Omene's part.
Very much comes down to practice, 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 so you can get the feel to kind of, almost with a third eye, locate the ball. Omene that time tries to push it over, and a net violation called against Pepperdine. I think they called against De Chavarria, who did not agree with the call. And so 21-20 the score. Quick explanation to Coach Winder for Pepperdine, as Gavin Lysing will serve, and every point going to be crucial. It's down the stretch here in set number 2. Princeton took the first. Lysing with a service error. Didn't get help from the net that time. It's tied at 21. Kachansky will serve. The graduate student hails from Toronto, but has had his student athlete career in the Golden State for now his 5th year, as he will have a service error as well. Tigers up 22-21 with Omene to serve. He's already in double figures with 11 kills and still hitting .563. And he provides a solid serve. Right side return on the way down was stuffed by Vaccaro. And he has ups, especially at 6'4", as Vina has the kill up the middle for Princeton. The Tigers knocking on the door, up by 2, needing to. Best in the country. That's a strong serve received. De Chavarria, he terminated that ball right in front of Matt Suh. He couldn't even get the hands up just to try to prevent it going into his face. And that was as good of a defensive sequence. And a much needed point. Ryan Barnett, he's from Long Island, but born right here in Princeton to serve. Suh lunging on the serve receive. Running start for Omene with the kill. 3 stellar touches to make it set point. That started off with Matt Suh. That was a very good serve by Pepperdine, and the Tigers able to respond well. Nolan Kelly will serve. His older brother Joe had 4 stellar years as setter for Princeton, including the 2022 EIVA champion squad. And the freshman sends it over. It's set point Princeton. Pepperdine a bit out of system. It'll be a free ball over. This could be the chance for the Tigers to end the set. Barely kept alive. Overpass leads to a joust. And it'll be a net violation called against the Tigers. Ooh, that was very much on the precipice for Pepperdine. They hang in, though. And so I think it's just going to come down to the players getting locked in and executing from the two sides. Still set point Princeton. Of course, the first part of the equation for Pepperdine is Akimumi to serve over the net, and he does. Great reception by Suh, and the Vina attack just falls in. Suh with a great job on the serve receive, and Ryan Vina tucks it home. 25 to the performance of the season so far. Of course, there's still one more set to win, and sometimes this third set when you're up 2-0 is where things can get dangerous. Maybe you get a little bit complacent, or maybe the other team just starts to naturally gain momentum on their side, and if you're Princeton, you would like to end this day early. So it will be important here to stay in form as Anderson Fuller begins set number 3 with the serve. Omeni receives. He'll attack. Hands are there defensively. Suh backed it up, though. Harrington's attack. That's defended. Solid rally to start the opening point. Wedbush can't get the dig. And it'll be in favor of Barnett and the Waves. Ryan Barnett, the redshirt sophomore. There's a different look for Pepperdine with Ryan Graves at setter as the Waves get the service ace. Fuller just tucked it into the corner. That time into the net. So 2-1 Princeton trailing as Ben Harrington will serve. One ace, that was in set number 1. Again, he's averaging 1 per set entering today's action. 1 in 2 sets so far today. Return left side is too heavy. And that's gonna go to the Waves because of a net violation. Schweisky accepting the feedback he got from the head official. Just wanted to get a clarification. Lysing didn't get a full swing on it, but over. Wedbush, heavy fall on the dig. He gets back to his feet. That was a loud thud. Tigers with Wedbush again taking a thud, trying to keep the point alive. Oh man, he's taking a beating as it's 4-1. All the Tigers on the court around their setter. He says he's fine. But you take that contact right at the elbow, that's not gonna feel pleasant. So 4-1 Pepperdine leading. Graves with the serve. Vaccaro with the side out. Able to terminate left side. And so after the Princeton point, Gavin Lysing will serve. Lysing gets it over. Graves with the feed. Kachansky on the attack with the kill. Up high against Wedbush. The usual efficiency for Cole. He's up to 8 kills. He also has 4 digs and 3 blocks. And sends that one wide, or I should say, too heavy, but wide of Harrington, who's able to get out of the way. So back within 2 as Omeni will serve for Princeton. Gets help from the net. It leads to a service ace. That was of just the perfect direction in terms of trajectory off the hand to give Princeton the point. Omene almost got another service ace. That had some good dip to it. Sub for Vaccaro. That's defended well by Pepperdine. Attack at the net is good. And back up by 2 for the Waves. Martin De Chavarria. He will be up to serve. The middles for Pepperdine. Anderson Fuller, 5 kills, no errors, 8 attacks, hitting .625. De Chavarria hitting .364, still strong in his own right. As Omene, his attack goes wide. Point to Pepperdine. De Chavarria, 5 kills, 3 blocks on the afternoon. Sends it over. Vaccaro with the kill. He just perfectly placed determination to get it within 2.
Amazing set by Wedbush. I mean, he got up there, kind of dug it out of the net, and Vaccaro was able to, no one was up with him. That was amazing.
Vaccaro with one to serve for Princeton. Left side return by Rasic. It's good for a kill. Too heavy off the Princeton hands. Barnett will serve. Slight edge here for Pepperdine to start out this third set, and again, they needed to stay alive. And that will go out of bounds off the side judge. He showed no flinch on that. That's amazing. He put the flag up as it bounced right off his foot, and as if nothing happened. Vina on the serve. That's a good service from Ryan Vina. Rasic again with the kill. Did a great job on the opposite side to provide offense, and now he'll go to serve. We'll see where Rasic will go with this serve. Sud to receive. Wedbush for Omene. He's able to back it up himself as Harrington's attack goes wide. 10-6 the score. Maybe a little bit of momentum starting to build up for the Waves with big help from Rasic, who serves. Again, Suh receives free ball. Left side, Princeton trying to track it down, and Vaccaro works it off of Omene. It's 11-6. And Omene getting hit on the face. Sam Schweisky just a nod of the head yes. Thought it was coming, a timeout. Princeton as Pepperdine men's ice hockey against Dartmouth, and at Jadwin Gym later today, women's basketball against Yale. Princeton men's volleyball starting off the action, hoping for the win. And now the timeout, they get the point to make it 11-7. We thank you for tuning in tonight. Nolan Kelly will report on for Henry Wedbush in the serve rotation. He'll captain the point. And Kelly serve goes over. Princeton able to get the block. 11-8 to score.
Kelly to serve again.
Princeton would love another one here. They would quickly cut into that 5-point deficit, get it within 2. Good serve by Kelly, but Kachansky able to get the return.
Fuller to serve next.
Cole Kachansky is now into double figures. He's actually up to 11, and his hitting percentage approaching 500. Service error going the other way. Ben Harrington will serve.
Harrington to serve next.
So Kachansky now hitting .476 for the visiting Waves, who actually now have the match's advantage in hit percentage. Harrington gets it over. Overpass, but not cleaned up yet. Attack too heavy from Pepperdine, point Princeton. Pepperdine had started 727 hitting in the set before that point, and Princeton at 100 as Harrington will serve. So overall, the match's edge now goes back to Princeton's favor after the error from Pepperdine. Left side attack by Kachansky, gets up tight on Harrington, but DeChavarria can't finish. Fortunate point for Princeton, and they're within 1. Sometimes the bounces just go in your favor. That, not sure how much that was chest, how much that was arm of Harrington, but usually that's one that DeChavarria cleans up. Service error this time. And so 13-11 the score.
Graves to serve next.
We'll see if Princeton survived the harshest waves of set 3, or if there's more to come from Pepperdine. Omene gets the kill. That one, not the most athletic of plays. He was more flat-footed, but hey, you find the right spot, it still works in your favor. We're going to see a lot more from Omene that's going to be on the highlight reel. Within 1 here, becomes a joust at the net, and the Tigers had 3 there to clean it up. Tied at 13. So at 1 point, 11-6. Since then, a 7-2 run. It was a timeout by Sam Schweisky that came at just the right time. And that's a sign of great coaching. You know when the team needs it, and then the team responds. Kachansky can't quite get the kill. It's going to have to be a long free ball from Harrington. Can Pepperdine capitalize? They will not. It's a block by Vaccaro, and Princeton leads. One huge point there for the Tigers.
And I think looking at the last couple of plays, the Tigers seem to be winning the big points, which is really allowing momentum to favor their side.
Lysing will serve. And again, this has come with the help of Nolan Kelly, currently setting and captaining the points. That'll tie it up at 14, though. And Joe DeLuzio will have to get a mini run for Pepperdine in set 2. Come on to serve. Redshirt junior from Windermere, Florida. Kelly up the middle for Vina. Quick combination. And 15-14, Princeton leads.
Almeda to serve next.
Quality points from Nolan Kelly as Henry Wedbush reports back on. It went from one Kelly to Wedbush back to, well, Kelly. Interesting dynamic. And of course, Henry's older brother, Brady, played 4 years with Princeton. And he worked as an outside hitter. Alex Murkai will be on to serve. And the 4-year Princeton Tiger will see his second serve of the afternoon. And the Princeton bench getting a bit loud for Alex. Princeton's return on the deep ball from Harrington is good. 2 for 2 on the side out against their former teammate. And the Tigers up by 1 here. Vaccaro serves it over. Left side return. Suh is going to have his dig attempt go wide, and Suh sliding down thinking, oh no, I thought that was in. I think the officials got a little bit of a kick out of it too. Quick over dramatization, but we move on. And that's a beautiful service ace. Suh gave it a ride to try to get a piece of it, but did not have any luck. Ryan Barnett with a beauty. Pepperdine up by 1. Harrington on the serve reception. Vina up the middle. Pepperdine can't keep it alive. The net was blocking them every which way. Once, twice, thrice. Tied at 17. Vina will serve, and Lysing will be in the rotation up front to help bolster the block. Beautiful serve from Vina. Strong return though. And it's Rasic again, who's really provided quality action in both the second and third sets so far. He's up to 6 kills. He also has 3 digs as he will serve. Redshirt sophomore from Huntington Beach, California. Sends it over. Princeton on the return. Ben Harrington earns the Princeton side out. We're tied at 18.
Wedbush to serve next for the Tigers.
Henry Wedbush will serve. Coming off a double-double Wednesday. 25 assists, 7 digs on the afternoon. As Princeton unable to get the hands over for the block. Point to Pepperdine. Barnett with the kill. Anderson Fuller will serve. It's getting tight down the stretch here in set number 3. Omene in tight on Pepperdine to get the kill. Barnett tried his best to get a piece of it directed towards a teammate, but off the very edge of the net, the aluminum pole, and as a result, Princeton tied up. Will have Harrington to serve. This is maybe a chance to make a little run here. Beautiful serve. Long track for the second touch. And still, as Suh comes over, barely got a piece of it, but couldn't find a teammate. Great hustle by Suh, but a kill by Pepperdine, a crucial side out for the Waves. I don't know how Matt Suh was able to get contact and go right between the scorer's table and the Princeton bench, but he did. Going that fast, that could have been dangerous. Fall away serve received from Harrington. Vaccaro is able to get the kill. And we're tied at 20. Not sure if Pepperdine was unhappy with how far the Princeton bench went out to celebrate the point. Pepperdine, when they were on the side nearest to you watching at home, they were warned a few times to keep the bench back. Wedbush for Vaccaro. Rasic barely keeps alive. Second touch as well, but Vina blocks the attack from Ryan Barnett. Tigers grab the lead. Pepperdine will not call a timeout right now, but they are going to need the side out right here. If the Gavin Lacing serve leads to a Princeton point, they'll be up by 2, needing 3 to take the match. Attack left side, and that goes around Omene and good for a kill. Pepperdine's been comfortable attacking left side, especially late here in the third set. And so tied again in this third set. Great serve received by Matt Suh. Wedbush for Vaccaro, who kind of had to overlap, but still gets the kill. And what Matt Suh did best there on the serve receive was just get a high pass, give enough time for Wedbush to set up a play.
And that high set gave Vaccaro enough time to look around the court, see what his options are, and make a nice shot down the line.
Timeout Pepperdine, 22-21, and it's right about this point. And Omene's been strong tonight. 2 service aces to lead Princeton, who has 5 as a team. And there's been also good non-ace serves from Omene. Good first pass, though. Vaccaro with resistance by himself at the net. Omene on the deep ball as Suh had to set the ball. Great rally. Vaccaro, though, is going to be unable to get that ball. His touch went over our head, and luckily all hands are safe. But it's tied at 22. And how nice Matt Suh is. He says sorry, and he's done nothing to be sorry about. Vina, great job up the middle. Princeton grabs the lead 23-22. Another huge point defensively for the Waves, and it's Vaccaro to serve. More of a soft serve on that one. Omene keeps it alive with the dig. Suh has to set, leads to a joust at the net, and it is a violation against Princeton. Tied at 23. Ryan Barnett, he had a recent service ace. He'll try to grab the lead and make it set point for Pepperdine, but that goes out, and it's match point Princeton. And Ryan trying to get the Tigers to 6-3 on the season and 2-0 at Dillon Gym. And Vina has been strong on the serve tonight. Serves this one over. Solid first pass from Pepperdine, but a little bit free on it. Omene finishes up the match, and the Tigers roar to victory, sweeping number 10 Pepperdine, taking this third set 25-23. And they take the match 25-19, 25-23, 25-23, and